numbers that you're supposed to do. Wasn't your group at 8 and then Mom was on 2? Mom, you're supposed to do it for Mom. Mom was just so excited.
Were you in varsity or JV?
Yeah, I asked him because I didn't
know.
I didn't know why there was like a phone.
I said a bad.
Should I give you my thing? Because
That's kind of good.
Okay, welcome back. Today, as I promised, I want to give you time to work on your homework assignment because I did give you a lengthy assignment yesterday. Page 28, 14 through 22 evens, 45 through 52, 55, 57, 61, and then the rest of them 65 through 68, 80 through 86. And only the 80 through 86, those are evens, and the 14 through 22. The rest of them you just do all. I'm going to give you time to work on it. I'm going to give you about 30 minutes today. The last 5 minutes of class will enter what we're doing tomorrow. Make sense? Now, I do have it tentatively due tomorrow, so just kind of make sure you are taking advantage of this time to work. You can move around, move desks, sit where you like, have lively conversations. I'll be making the answer key as you guys are working up here. I promise you that. And if you want to ask me questions, whatnot. All right.
well, I'm writing an article about this.
Oh, no, you have to. Yeah, I already Yep. I like 9 squared. 9 times 9 is 81.
I'm pretty sure it's
Oh, sure, 27 times.
I like your book cover, Lar. Can I borrow a calculator, Mr. Ward, please?
Sorry, what?
Can I borrow a calculator?
Yes.
3.
Mr. Ward. So, I'm not supposed to study this, but you can talk about it.
I love the place.
Two, I've worked there.
Sad to hear that. I actually really like that food. So again, I'm going to give you about 30 minutes. The last 5 minutes of class will intro what we're going to tomorrow. Okay, that's what I like to do. Okay?
It's not if you divisible by 81, if not, we can divide by 81 over 1. So it's equal to 81.
Somebody said my name, I don't know who it was. Could be placed with that. The cars are 10?
So, what would be the
numbers are
6 x to
top minus bottom. That's it.
oh yeah. Yep, never mind.
11.
Yeah.
6x11. I was gonna say, when in doubt, stand it out.
Wow.
I might use that.
Yeah. Use it.
That's funny.
How do you show something?
Yeah, I get like 5 extra seconds.
That's pretty good. Someone out.
99 x.
99 times 5, 17. Yeah, okay, sorry.
Oh, I read the wrong one. I got 1
Oh, 48, sorry.
47.
Oh, true, my bad.
It's x9. 18 x9.
Yeah.
Like 48.
Negative 30, or 30, 30 x 11, y 12. Here's where you're going to divide, so you subtract.
Yes. So
8 to 4 x 16.
That's what I'm doing.
4 x 16.
It's
Oh,
a
16.
Oh, wait, no, wait.
It's 4 x 16. Yeah.
4
You subtract.
x 16, yep.
Yeah. It's kind of like just take it out. You just kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, 10 2x to the 18.
Oh yeah. This one is the hardest one.
2x to the 18.
2x. Yes. 51. Oh my god. 35 divided by 9. No 5.
It'd be negative.
Yeah.
For 51.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25 divided by negative
811.
negative 5. A11 B1, yep.
811. 35 divided by 7 is negative 5.
No,
A7.
negative. Oh, yeah, sure, negative 5.
A7. B.
A73, yep. Four x to the negative second. Can't do anything in there, so negative 4 times the negative 14. Oh wait, I lied.
4. It's a 4 times negative. Wait, what?
Can you move this to the bottom?
I got awkward.
What?
You got
It's called
super
silent.
quiet. That was creepy.
All thinking, you know.
That's probably what it is too.
Multiply.
No, it'd be 4 times, not 4 root. You have to put it in parentheses.
Oh.
Parentheses 4 negatives. No.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
multiply
yeah,
it by
yeah, I know.
I would distribute the -2 first,
Yeah.
and then move things over the fraction bar.
So would it be 4 times the -4 then, or would it
It'd be because you're putting the -2 on the 4.
be? Yeah.
So the 4 will move to the bottom, so it's 4 squared on the bottom.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I knew we were doing something wrong. I knew we had to move something to the bottom. 4 to the -2. X to the.
Be 4 squared then. X to the -6. So 4 squared. What's the odds? Check. So it would be just be
1 over 16 x 6.
What do you guys get for now?
Huh?
1 over 16x to the 6th?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay.
Oh boy. Why the top?
Yeah, the y can go up to the top, so that means
That's it. And then 24 and 32.
divide by 2 if they can be
Equal
divisible.
by 8.
By 8, true. So 24.
Before. And then. 3 and a 4. 3 fourths.
3 over 4. We got that so far. 3 over 4. X to the third on top.
Well, if you get rid of the x, then the other
Yeah,
one
true.
is
You just have
x.
x to the third. Or x to the fourth. Yeah.
Come on, man. And then on the top you get
Y to
y to
the.
You're right. This is what's in the top line?
Yeah. Yeah.
61. The hardest one. You said 61 was the hardest one you think of.
Yeah. It's just there's a lot of stuff going on there.
Oh boy.
I just
Do you have a negative?
That's why. Okay.
Because it's a.
So we just distribute it
Distribute
to everything.
Yeah. Distribute that 3. So you have negative 15 to
Wouldn't
the
that
third.
make it a negative?
What time are we at here?
Does that move to the bottom?
A to the 12.
We're at 10, 14.
B to the 6.
And then on the bottom you get 8 to the 30. E to the
No, B would move on top.
yeah, B was on top. That would still be B to the 9.
Yep. B to the 9.
Okay, let's write this out. So talking.
Okay, negative 15 to the third. I'm just gonna like this one out.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
A to the 4, A, 12.
I just, yeah.
And then E to the 6. And on the bottom you'll get 5. Or
5 to the third. A to the 30th.
Nope. And then B. Oh, let's just move that
And
one.
then B goes up there, so that'll go B to the 9th up there.
Okay. So.
Negative 15 times negative 15 times negative 15. Okay, where this is gonna be really stupid. How would you write out negative 15 to the third on a calculator? So like I
Just
would-
you know it's gonna be negative, so just take 15 times 15 times 15.
Okay.
Now if you have like your calculator, you can just type in 15. Hit the little caret key. It's like that little up arrow key. It's over by the 7, and then hit 3.
Well, you just right now. There you go.
So you must have been hitting the button wrong or something, Burger. 'Cause you're
No, because I hit it wrong once.
you were getting decimals.
No, I was hitting that. That's just so we could get it.
You were getting decimals.
No.
Hey, anyone get done with 80? Yeah.
Whoa.
What do you get? Sorry, I'm going quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one. I just need to know if I counted that right.
That's what I got, bro. So negative 33.75. The A's canceled because they're gonna take it out.
So it's just gonna be 125 on the bottom. That's all you're gonna have on the bottom.
And then to the 15 from the top.
A to the 12, A to
Where
the
does the
9.
get the negative 9 on 86.
8 to the 15th.
Yeah, I know that. And then it's
Negative 9 power.
9.
18.
That's because you can get rid of 3 of them. So you get rid of 3 of them.
Yeah.
It's a 30 down here.
Oh,
Powers always get me. I always count wrong, and I don't want to make the mistake because this is my answer key. So it's like I use this to check the papers. I don't want to get it wrong. Nothing's more frustrating than checking like the first 15 and noticing that everyone's missing 30 because it's me. That I miss 30.
18.
I have to go back and fix it.
Oh, wait, 3375 might be able to. 3375.
Oh yeah, it's gonna. Oh yeah, done.
Okay, or
Yeah.
if you did like a negative power
Big
with
negative.
Negative 27 15 over 8.
Yeah.
so can I like cross them up first or should I put
I would move it up.
then do I combine them?
Yeah.
And combine them.
65 through 68. Okay. 2, 3.
Can I say are we trying to make a
Hey,
sketch?
Emily,
No.
what'd you get for 61?
Also,
Negative 27 b to the 15th over 852.
Okay, that's what I got. Oh, that's what they're gonna get.
Remember, I have an answer key, so if you want to see it, it's all done. So I think Jack can get it right now. So if you want to look at it,
3.8. Oh, this is.
you just want to check something.
3,800.
Can I check the
what
last?
does it say? What do you do?
Whatever the Jack has got. It's the big yellow pad.
Hey, Teal. This is like.
Instead of putting it over negative 1, can we just put it in
You
negative
put the negative
5?
on top, yeah. I just wrote how like I looked at it, but
4 zeros.
9.2, 9,200. Or 66, right?
No, it's 920.
920. Yes, I keep adding a picture to 0. I would have figured that out like 2 seconds.
Yeah, sure.
Kid. 1, 0, 0, 0, 6.
Whoa. Okay.
For 67, did you get 0.006? 006. 306.
Yeah. And then. 5, 7, 9, 10, 10, 3, 6, 9, 12.
For number 68, did you get 4 zeros or 7?
Yep.
Okay. 80.
Oh, even.
80, yeah, it's even.
Oops, 82.
Wait, kid. Oh my god, that's a lot of zeros. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17. Oh, thanks.
Negative 3.8.
I heard that in the back of my head. I was 17, what are you talking about? And then I got there and I was Negative 3.8 times 10 to the
8.29. Oh, wait, you said. Wait, do you want us to run up the whole number?
We can go to the
Or all
second. He wants up to the second digit. At least the second.
write it anyway.
Okay. Why run the whole
I write them all out, but if you just do a couple decimal places, it's fine. As long as you know the concept of what you're trying to do, I'm fine with that.
Times the
Negative 30.
Wait, what are you on? Kid. 2 columns up. I'm just kidding. I'm on.
Oh boy. Okay.
8.3 times 10 to the negative.
turn in. Just make sure your name, date, period, and page numbers and stuff are written on the top corner.
I don't have date or period. What's the date? The 31st.
It's the 31st. Somewhere.
Oh boy. 31, 16. What else am I missing? P3.
Did you say you had an answer?
Yeah. Right.
You're all
So I'm 90% sure I did not get it.
well, Jaden's one of the Jaden's guest on so he goes gold.
14 after. So we'll do notes. We'll start with a review here in about
Oh.
8 minutes. Like that.
I am so dumb. Okay. Alright.
Got it?
Thank you.
Yep, yep.
I multiplied 5 times 3 rather than take 5 times.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember any of that being the dates.
Oh, no. Yeah, they are. They're all blonde. They all wear green
Well, I guess I didn't really see the other days, so.
And I'm Bell's dad.
Yeah, I've seen parts of it.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
We should get the
I asked her, she's like,
we should get the entire cast together, sit them down and make
I'm
one.
like, I'm like a
I mean, so many people have seen it, right?
and I was so about 2. Josie was like, Extras are important parts, just not big parts. The last scene. Yeah, she gets to sit through beer again. That's a long song. It's a really long song. It's probably. I didn't count. I just really wanted to.
I'm actually kind of glad. I need it. That I've actually heard it. So for scientists, okay, not to write every single one.
Then we should.
No. No, you can go like 2 decimals, 3. I write them out, but just so I can see what your number was.
She's like, she's
Oh, shoot. I don't think Jordan or I did that.
what?
We're about to problem.
Out the prop? Oh,
Whatever, it's already turned in.
what?
7.
What?
Who?
Wait, oh, Elwood. Yeah, that's her room. I don't know.
Yeah, she's already engaged.
She's Wednesday.
Her Facebook name is like
Wait,
Angel
today?
Brown or something.
So,
Isn't his name like Brown?
Congratulations, I guess.
I don't know.
I think it's
Well, last week she said
Brown.
it's so from.
What's my problem?
Yeah.
His 8-year-old is.
I think so.
What?
She went around last week saying that she's getting married next Wednesday. So
Oh, yeah.
it's Wednesday today.
If you were not audition, she
Yeah,
was.
it's I'll probably ask her.
Middle school
Sam
candidate,
Taylor.
it's Chip, and he's Mrs. Potts' like son. He's perfect for me. Like, he knows how to do big kids. Like, it's awesome. Oh, oh yeah. But the very last like music section is just really.
4?
Yeah.
So I think mine's right.
Like my cousin's good, and it was
We did 69.
sister. Alyssa. I'm pretty sure he was singing higher than Alyssa. I'm like, dude, let me. I think so. Yeah. But he was like, and then
Yep.
did not. I took guitar lessons.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, my mic didn't work, so I had to really sing loud.
Can I say
And
that?
because only her mic worked, but then he sang really loud. It was super, super, super high.
He can hit higher than. He can sing higher than probably not.
Hey, about 3 minutes, then we're going to review what we're doing tomorrow. We're going to intro what we're doing tomorrow.
If you can still sing that high, like it's probably just he can sing like a tenor part, of course.
Yeah.
But like he's gonna drop, so he can't go down those high notes anymore, which would suck because that's awesome.
His dad was singing. Who? Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Patrick got insane hair.
I got chemistry and PreCalculus.
Yeah. That's probably most of it.
Are we taking notes today or not?
We're going to intro.
Yes, I could have.
Okay.
Got a minute here or so.
Were you talking about like solos? And like
No, like bigger. Coxworth is like a big part.
ATO.
Like half of the play is Coxworth. I sing praise.
Yeah. Is that thing that we did yesterday in English? Was that blue? What was that just practice?
My class did. Oh really? Everyone in our class turned it in.
Okay.
It was easy. Mine, right?
I don't know. I was looking at Tyler's and it looked confusing, but I don't know.
Bet you guys.
I did too. I did.
All right.
If you guys sing.
Hey, you got about 30 seconds here, and then we'll intro what we're doing tomorrow.
Me and Taylor sing together, and then I sing a solo.
solo?
Yeah. The Woods. I think it's Chase for Woods.
Wait, is that by
I'm like, they're used to worship and he's like,
Shit, actually dogs on stage.
it was harder,
Okay, hey, let's pull it back together. All right, I'm going to do a quick introduction of what we're doing tomorrow, just 5 minutes. It's really easy. Remember, homework's due tomorrow. I don't care what time you turn in tomorrow. It could be after school, it could be before school, during classes, during your study halls tomorrow. I don't care. Just do it at some point tomorrow that's different than normal. Okay, so, all right, hey, let's talk about our main topic here, okay? All right, so here's the idea.
Should we take notes on this?
Yes. What is that object?
Is this
a
still
square root
P3?
sign? Square
What?
sign.
Is this still P3?
No, P3. P3.
Yeah, it's radical.
It is a radical. The correct term for that is called a radical sign. Okay, that is the correct term. Okay, radical signs can be in any type. There's different types of radicals. There's square roots, cube roots, fourth roots, fifth roots, and so on and so forth. Okay, the number on the inside, or letters that are on the inside, whatever's in here, whatever that term is, that object is called the radicand. That's the idea. That's the object on the inside. So if I ever say, hey, what's your radicand? You know what I'm talking about. It's the number on the inside of that object. And for most people that don't realize this, or you've never been introduced to this, there is a number in that little tail that's out front. There is a number there. Right now, there is a number there. Typically, if it's anything different, they'll put a different number in there. But right now, there is a number, even though it's not written. This number is called an index number. The index number is actually the important thing. That's what a lot of people don't realize. It's the important thing about a radical. Okay, so these are the main things we're going to be covering. So I'm just going to do a brief introduction of how we do something like this. Like what are these three things? How do they work together to give you an answer? Because that's what they're asking for. Okay, so let's do an example of what a radical is. So do something like this. Okay, on this, what's my Radicand number? 36. We have the radical sign. What's the index number? Does anyone happen to know? It's a 2. Even though they don't write it, there is a little 2 there. This is the one time in math we get to assume that it's not the number 1. It's actually number 2. Okay, now, why that's important? That number, the index number, is actually telling you what it's looking for. It's looking for 2 numbers that multiply together. That's what it's saying. I want 2 numbers that multiply together to give you 36. Okay? And that's what it's asking for. That's what a radical does. It's looking for that number that you take times itself that will give you 36, the Radicand number. Okay? Now what you need to realize, there's more than one answer. Okay, there is more than one. Especially for a square root like this. Yeah, there's always 2. So we have 6 times 6 would give you that, or negative 6 times negative 6. Okay, for positive, or not positive, but even index numbers, you'll have 2 options, negatives or positives. For odd index numbers like 3s, 5s, 7s, there's only one answer. Because when you have an odd number, the negative sign can stay there. Okay, so that's the idea. So what I mean by that is I can't put a negative number in the inside. Like on an even index number, you cannot put a Radicand number that's negative. Try to go like negative 36. Doesn't work. There's no answer. Unavailable. Doesn't exist. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. Does not exist. Right? It's an error. Because if you think about that, you're like, okay, well, why doesn't it work? Because you're trying to think of a number that you multiply on its exact self. That would give you negative 36. It's not possible. Because if you're taking the same number times itself, either the negative signs will cancel, or it'll just be positive. Like positive times positive. So that's why this doesn't work. Now, if it's an odd number, now it is possible. Because now you're taking 3 numbers times each other. Taking 3 numbers times each other, and now that could work. Now you could find a number that could give you a negative on the inside, because the negative sign would actually hang around. Does that make sense now? That's why the odd index numbers can have that. Okay? There are certain numbers that you can take square roots of, certain numbers you can take cube roots of, and fourth roots. That's the list that we're going to be talking about tomorrow. Okay, I'll give you the perfect square list. I'll give you the cube list. And then I'll show you how I make those. So that way, if you ever have a different type of root other than square and cube root, you can make a list on your own off to the side of your paper. A lot of people just, they've seen them a lot, but they don't realize how you make them. So you can make them on your own, like on a test. You can make a little grid up in the corner and you know what the answers are going to be. Okay? I'll show you that tomorrow. Alright, so does everyone understand like the intro, what we're going into? Now, the thing that I want to make sure that we cover, can you find the root of whatever you're looking at? Like a certain number, can you find the root, or simplify it as far as you can? And do you feel comfortable doing it if I were to put variables in there? That's something we will talk about tomorrow. So I can throw letters in there. And I'm going to show you the shortcuts I've learned over years of doing this, many, many years. And trust me, the shortcuts are awesome. So, there you go. Okay, tomorrow, homework's due. Make sure you're working on it. I think most of you almost got it down anyway. I always have an answer key. You can always come in and ask.
Oh, you don't turn it.